defense. Who do we think is going to be the first baseman for the Yankees? Now, Ford could also hit about 265. He's a left-handed hitter. He could hit you at 15 to 20 home runs, okay? But I'll tell you what, the Yankees are pretty well set. He hit more Look, here's the thing about Ford. He hit more home runs off of left-handed pitchers than he did off of right-handed pitchers. 10 of his 12 home runs were away from Yankee Stadium. He looks, look, 6 feet, 225. Looks like a softball player. But it reminds me of Kevin Moss. Remember Kevin Moss? So his exit velocity was the same as Matt Olson's last year. He had 35 home runs between AAA and the majors. For fantasy purposes, it's very hard to draft and spend the extra dollar on either Voit or Ford as a platoon player. Very difficult, because we all know it's all about at-bats. DJ LeMahieu. Whoa. We all know that DJ LeMahieu was predicted last year by me, by everybody. I don't care who the heck you are. If you predicted LeMahieu would be good, that's L-E capital M-A-H. LeMahieu. Nobody knows how to pronounce his name. DJ LeMahieu. Unbelievable. We thought that he would be terrible in outside of Coors Field. But he didn't. He really came through with a great season. When I saw DJ LeMahieu play in the Arizona Fall League and he was playing second base, I said, that can't be possible. Can't be possible. He didn't look anything like a second base, just too big for second baseman. But I'll say LeMahieu can't possibly have the year that he had last year. Can't possibly. My predictions for DJ LeMahieu are as follows. 290, 15 home runs, 80 RBIs. Don't pay for what he did last year. He was an MVP caliber player last year, okay? He ranked second in the American League with a 327 average. He set career highs. He's not going to do it again, okay? His fly ball rate was about 26%, something like that. His launch angle, they don't fit the profile of a typical home run hitter. But he was mashing the ball. He was 23rd in average exit velocity. He had a great hard hit rate. And he's a big boy. He's about 6'4", 220. And I saw him in Arizona. I said, he can't be an infielder. But he didn't hit like an infielder, that's for sure. Shortstop, of course. What are we expecting for Gleyber Torres? What are we expecting for Torres? I got to be careful with this. I like Gleyber Torres, but I wonder if his defense, I know he's a natural shortstop, but he was never any good at shortstop. Gleyber Torres will hit about 280, 285 with 30 home runs, 95 RBIs. He'll steal you 5 or so bases. He's only 23. Only 23. So Gleyber Torres. Here's the thing. He hit 13 of his 38 home runs against the Baltimore Orioles and 29 of his 38 home runs against right-handed pitching. So Gleyber Torres, right-handed hitter, but he hits his home runs against right-handed pitching. So interesting, right? He doesn't hit his hit rate is not very hard. But still, he's a player, and he's only 23. So I would spend the extra dollar for Gleyber Torres. He's probably a $22, $23 player, at least, maybe even more. All right, George once paid $24 for Kevin Moss. That's right. There you go. Doug Bloor. Jack Youngblood is here. Good morning to Jack. Nice to see you, Southpaw. The whole deal. It's great to have you all aboard on a lovely Martin Luther King morning. That's right. All right, so continuing up the Yankees at third base, we did already talk about the third base situation. And I'll tell you what, it's very dangerous to draft a Yankee third baseman or a Yankee first baseman. All right? Left field, Giancarlo Stanton is back. They got Stanton, Gardner, and Judge in the outfield. And Clint Frazier and Mike Tauchman. Tauchman being the lefty. Very tough, assuming that Stanton, Steamer, whatever that is, has predicted Stanton to lead the American League with 49 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton, and we're all talking about injuries, 270, 35 homers, 95 RBIs, and I say 35 only because the fact that I think unless they do something with Frazier, they're gonna probably take it easy with Stanton, okay? And he gets pitched around, but he destroys the baseball like nobody else. But it's about these 30 years old. Set your expectations at about 130 games. So we're going to put Frazier out there. Tauchman, the same thing. I don't know what to expect from Mike Tauchman. But look, if you say 260 with 15 home runs, that's about it, because it's all about playing time. Remember, all about playing time. And remember, he was traded to the Yankees for reliever Philip Teal, all right, who posted a 7 ERA the rest of the season. So that's now behind the plate. I am hearing, and I don't know if this is good or not, okay? I am hearing that Gary Sanchez is like a brick wall, totally buffed. So he had a big bounce-back season, recovered the power production that we thought might be lost. 35 home runs from this guy. And I am hearing that he is coming in. He has worked out. He will earn walks because pitchers don't want to challenge him. 35 home runs for this guy. But his career average exit velocity is over 90. Unbelievable. Okay? So it's all about staying healthy, as it is for so many players. But word has it, and we don't know how to play. Is this good or bad? What do you think? When you hear that the catcher has come in, buffed, worked out like a brick shithouse, is that good or bad? Does he need the flexibility? Is he more prone now to the pulled muscle? I don't know. Okay, we'll see. So he's the catcher. As far as the pitching staff is concerned, look, what can you say? Garrett Cole, some people don't believe that he can possibly put together back-to-back seasons the way he did last year. Tanaka, Andrea predicts him as a candidate. This is the year that Andrea feels that Tanaka is going to break down. James Paxton still with the team. J.A. Happ still with the team. They got Severino. They got Jordan Montgomery. And let's take a look at Paxton for a second. What are we predicting for Paxton? Now, keep in mind, don't think this is too many pitchers. Every team, and I'll say it again, every team, and he's 31 years old, but every team you have to look at their 7 pitchers, not their 4. 3.6 ERA, 1.1 whip, 190 strikeouts, not bad. He's a fly ball pitcher, okay? Fly ball pitcher. His walk rate increased last year. Strikeout rate really was good, about 30%. But his home run fly ball mark was pretty good, about 14%. So, look, Paxton's going to be a 13, 14, 15 game winner with a 3.6 and a 1.1 and 200 strikeouts. Yeah, $16, $17 pitcher in the auction format. Severino, we all know how good he could be. The thing is, how healthy could he be? That's the key. The key to Severino. Luis Severino, I'm predicting, 15, 16, 17 wins. 3.3 ERA and a 1.1 whip. 200 strikeouts. Severino, worth the bottom dollar. And the mystery man, the man that we thought was sure to be traded, and he still may be, and that would be J.A. Happ. And I'm looking at Happ with a 4.2 ERA and a 1.2 whip and 160 strikeouts. And if he gets a fly ball pitcher, okay, fly ball pitcher, and at Yankee Stadium the ball travels 5 to 10 feet further than is expected. His home run rate was the third, home run to 9 innings, the third worst among pitchers with 150 frames. J.A. Happ, very, very dangerous. All right, so that covers most of the team. The bullpen, look, the bullpen is Chapman gets the saves. Zach Britton's right behind him. Okay, but Chapman's the closer, and we don't have to. Chad Green is there. Zach Britton, Ottavino, Tommy Canely is there. So we all know about the bullpen. Let's take a look at the prospects. First, let's take a look at the odds for the Yankees. The odds for the Yankees. The odds for the Yankees to win the odds for the Yankees to, and I'm trying to punch it up here. Obviously, if you're scoring at home, I do not memorize everything. I just don't. I memorize most of it. I know most of it. I don't have to memorize it. But the truth is that having a little trouble getting the Vegas odds. Here we go. Vegas odds for the Yankees. Punching right up. Anyway, the Yankees are the favorites. Okay. Sorry about that. Yankees are the favorites there. The over-under for the Yankees, 101. 101 for the Yankees. Again, I'll ask the question. With the addition of Stanton and Andujar, where do we think the Yankees are going to wind up? How many wins will the Yankees get? How many wins will the Yankees get? As far as the betting odds are concerned, the Yankees are 3-1. 3-1 to win the World Series. Not very good odds. The Yankees are 5-4 to win the American League pennant. Now, let's take a look at some of the prospects that the Yankees are offering, and we have seen some of them in the Arizona Fall League, looking pretty good. Estevan Florial, Andrea met personally. We have pictures of her and Esteban Florial. But Esteban Florial, he looked a little light. He's got good power, which I didn't see. He has great speed, which we did see. He's a below-average contact hitter. His plate discipline has put him in trouble. He's very raw as a base stealer. He had a 62% success rate over the last 2 seasons. As it stands now, I don't think Florial is going to develop into anything special. The number one guy that the Yankees are talking about happens to be Jason Dominguez. Okay, how good could he be? Okay, look, when you watch him at the plate, he doesn't look like he's only about 16, 17. That's it. Not a big guy. He's about 5'10", 200 pounds. But he's got unbelievable speed, great wrist, raw power. Just etch this guy on your kitchen table. He looks like a prime-time prospect. There's no question about it. So in your dynasty leagues, he's light years away. Don't forget. He could be advanced as quickly as Wander Franco, but just know who he is. Clark Smith, he's got a good arm. He's somewhere in the middle of, he's got a low floor, he's got a high ceiling. He's a first-round pick out of South Carolina. He recovered from Tommy John surgery. So the Yankees prospects, outside of Florio, I'm really not that familiar with most of them. Louis Gill, very highly regarded pitcher in the farm system. Okay, he can hit 100 miles an hour. He throws 100, throws it in the 90s. He's got a plus curveball. Keep an eye on Louis Gill. And finally, Devi Garcia. His name is mentioned in every trade talk. But look, he was dropped down because of the fact that when you look at him, you're not overwhelmed. He throws in the mid-90s. He's got a good curveball. He actually lost a little bit off his fastball when he gets deeper into the starts. but he's only 5'9" and about 170 pounds. So when you look at him, you're not